Hello everybody, today we're going to be installing these grips on a 2015 Harley Street Glide. These particular ones are from RC Components. It has some basic instructions on the back, but you really should consult your service manual for further instructions. Alright, we're going to go head over to the bike. Okay everybody, we're over to the bike here, and the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a piece of cardboard. I just had a couple here that I folded up, a piece of cardboard. You're going to want to put it in between the brake lever and the assembly just to keep that open a little bit. That'll help you from breaking that brake switch that's inside the assemblies here. So get that put in there. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the top screw here, and there's also one underneath. Might be hard to see in the video, but two bolts there that we're going to take out, and then we're going to loosen up these two right here that actually hold on your master cylinder. So alright, once you have all those loosened, I actually pulled off the switch cover. You can pull off that switch cover housing, and then you can actually separate these front and back halves. That allows you to pull out the throttle grip. There you go. Make sure when you grab the new RC one here, that you grab the one that does not have a clutch sleeve on it. This is the one that we need right here. It's going to have the gear on the inside and the far inside that's going to match up with your throttle sensor right here. So I'm going to set the old one off to the side. We'll put the new one on. Slide that up in there. Pull these back apart a little bit. And there we go. So just make sure everything is correct in here. Make sure it's slid on all the way. And I'll go ahead and reassemble this. Just remember not to over tighten these screws as well. They just need to be snugged up. We're going to put the housing back on first, the cover, tighten those two up, and then we'll get everything lined back up here and retighten the two that hold on the master cylinder. Okay, we got everything tightened up here. Check your torque specs per your service manual for your application. But looks great. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the other side. Okay, we're over to the other side here, and there's a screw on the top and a screw on the bottom just like the other side. I'm going to go ahead and remove those and loosen up the housing. Okay, so I've removed the cover there for the switch housing. Now we're going to go ahead and loosen up the perch here for the clutch master cylinder. And again, we're just loosening that up. Okay, sometimes you might actually have to cut the old grip off. Once I was able to loosen this up a little bit, I was able just to turn it a few times and get it to break loose, and then you can go ahead and get it pulled off from there. There you go. And just make sure this is pretty clean. There's not much residue left, especially on a newer bike, so this particular application we'll just be able to slide the new one right back on. Okay, so we got the grip back up there, and you're going to see half of it is thicker than the other. That actually is going to get turned once you get this around it. It's going to be turned on the other side, and that's how it'll be held on. So now we can actually go ahead and get this tightened back up. Okay, now when you're actually getting ready to tighten this up, you'll be able to move it around. That whole block, the thicker part of that clutch ring, if you will, is going to be on the bottom half. So once you turn it, it'll actually snap together, so that'll allow this housing to fully close. And then go ahead and tighten it up slowly. Again, just wiggling it from time to time to make sure it's sitting in there correctly. Okay, got everything tightened back up. Looks great. Check to make sure your alignment's right when you tighten up the perch again. Make sure the angle is correct. Otherwise, again, looks good. Pretty simple install, 15-20 minutes total between the two grips. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, check out my other videos, www.rotation.mx.